Hello.
Hello.
Hello again.
Again.
How are you?
Can you hear us?
Can everyone hear us this time round?
Can you hear us?
Wow, that was
It
beautiful.
was beautiful. I could do a little bit of singing for you if you like.
If you didn't hear the first time, we're here with the fabulous Celia Ireland, aka...
Hi everyone. Thanks for
Lizzie.
joining us.
And we always have so much fun when we chat, so today
do.
is going to be so much fun. And we were starting to unpack tonight's episode.
We were.
Big one for Liz. We've been gearing up to it. And I just started off by talking to Celia about how she felt when she first got this script. Because as audiences, we really were sort of like, oh,
Yeah.
Lizzie, you're making a bad
Yous were
decision.
worried
You
for
were
Liz
worried.
then.
And I wanted to get how worried you were for Liz going into this.
I was concerned for young Liz, but I do think she was hanging in there, just hoping that it would work, and she'd fallen for Don, and that was a big carrot, as you said a couple of weeks ago, a big carrot dangling in front of Liz, which she attempted to take, and it didn't quite work out for her. Very disappointing.
No,
Very disappointing.
and I think the thing is too is that it's so, you just feel for Lizzie in the sense that she does want freedom so bad, you know, and who doesn't want their freedom so bad? But then she was also getting these amazing affection and support from Don that she generally...
And cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Oh my God, he fed her.
He fed her.
He was a feeder.
No, he did everything right. He
did.
fed her. He complimented
And let's
her.
be honest, Steve Bastoni is a sexy guy. I mean, I fell in love with Steve. I did, I've got to be honest. Steve, if you're watching, he knows that. He knows I love
But then,
him.
you know what really got me? He's just loving Liz and supporting her, and you can do this, and then just goes in for the big pash. Liz didn't know what hit her.
No.
Liz's face was just like...
And the day we filmed that, I have to tell a little funny story, lamb was on the menu, the catering menu that day. So I remember having a chat to Steve and going, mate, you're going to have to go back and clean your teeth because all I can smell is lamb. And he's got very thick whiskers. And my husband has a clean-shaven visage. So it was interesting to press up against quite a lot of
Pash on with a beard.
Yeah, it was. But he did smell like lamb. So it was one of those funny little moments where you go, you know, of course you're in the scene and Liz is going quaking in her boots. It's been so long for her to have any kind of intimacy with a guy who's, you know, got all this kind of power and...
And it felt sincere because of the build-up.
Yes.
Because his constant support, his constant reassurance, his constant belief. I think
really
reeled her in.
Really reeled.
And I think it was a lot too for Lizzie to have someone that just kept saying they believe in you.
Totally.
She hasn't really had that.
Yeah.
Particularly with all her flaws and things that have happened with her plight
and
for
male
freedom.
attention, you know, to have that, you know, because her marriage was a bit of a wreck, and so I think that intimacy, like him touching her on the knee and giving her cakes, and then the kiss, and then there's a bit where she grabs his hand. Lovely Jeff Bennett, who shot that episode, a wonderful director, and Steve and I just did this thing, and I just touched his hand, and I think Jeff said, "Oh, that's lovely. We'll keep that in." And just those moments of that physical intimacy, because it's such a, you know, it's so rare to have that in the prison unless you have a relationship with another woman. Yeah.
It's been great to watch sort of unfold at the same time of thinking, oh, Lizzie, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Hello, Tom. He's moved I just have to tell you, folks, I'm menopausal, okay? Get with the program. So I need to rehydrate quite frequently. And I've also brought along a lovely facial spray because I do get very hot. Mind you, Kelly was really hot a minute ago, so it's not just menopause.
It's the room. I like to take the air conditioning off.
I do feel like I'm
so
being
that I can interrogate you your fullest.
I'm getting really anxious.
We should be. I've got some hard questions.
Okay.
So let's continue to unpack this. So we watch Liz struggle with the nerves, particularly with Sonia's pushing of, you know, witness X and how I'm going to take them down, and Dor with her staring eyes like, oh, you know, you should have done that, Liz. You're going to be dead. And then, you know, Liz gets caught up early because the prosecution's basically pushed everything out of the water, and it's all down to her testimony. Dawn coaches her in with all these lovely words, gives her a big kiss, and then when she gets to the courthouse, as she's leaving, Juice checks. Juice sees her leave.
Dirty Juice, We
don't know what Juice is going to do with that, but we know it's not going to be good for Liz.
No, it's going to be good.
We know that. Yeah. Can't trust Juice. And then the second flaw happens. It's like this, domino moment. she's ready to go. She's ready to go in and chat, and she almost comes face to face with Sonia before she goes into onto the stand, which rattles her, rattles her again more. So how did you prepare? I guess for, it's this. Lizzie wanted this so badly, but she knew it was wrong. But she, in her heart, felt that Sonia did it.
Yeah.
But she was lying, and it's not sort of something that she innately can do. She really was worried about learning the statement.
She was.
And then all these things kept happening that kept kind of making her more nervous, more anxious. And then when she finally got to the stand, it all kind of
it
fell
was
to
a
shit.
straw that broke the camel's back. I think when the photo of Sonia and Helen was handed to her, I think in the back of her mind she's thinking, holy shit, what is, pardon me for swearing, I think she's just, what's going on? And there's that kind of thing of confusion, but bewilderment and disbelief, and how did that happen? And so, it's absolutely this kind of incremental thing where she ends up imploding or exploding on the stand and absolutely kind of just declaring her guilt, really.
And then taking the fall for Don.
Yeah, she does. She does. And I suppose that's partly a thing of, I'm stuffed. I've stuffed it, but I don't want to stuff him up as well, because I think she loves him. She's fallen for him. And love is blind, and love will do stupid things, and and it's really, it plays into that whole thing of a lot of the women in this prison, and a lot of women everywhere, and that's what I think is one of the beauties of the show, is that you're dealing with characters who are flawed, who are in situations that are very real, and some women who may be in relationships where there's violence or emotional violence or whatever, and they stay and they stay. And I suppose their self-esteem is at a point where it's so low that any love and care and attention they get, there's a kind of craving for that, and they will do whatever they need to do in order to maintain that and to hang on to it. And I think that's true for Liz. I think she's just sort of blindly thinking, oh my gosh, I will take the fall for you.
Yeah. And in saying that, that's the first thing she says when they come into the room. Yeah. I let you down. I blew it. Yeah, I failed it. And her concern was actually that she let him down, not what's happening to me.
Kel, that's true. It was really interesting filming that scene, because Steve and Jeff let us play it quite a few different ways, that post-courtroom scene where Liz is really bereft. And initially, we had this kind of play with it where Liz was just fucking furious, and the whole thing was an attack, really. And we did it, and it was sort of like we were dancing around that table, because there was a round table in the space. And then we did it a couple of times just in rehearsing, and then I just said to Jeff, I just think she needs to hold him. She just needs to hold him. It's like the relationship has fallen apart suddenly. And it kind of went to a different level, So it could have been played in a number of different ways, but on that day, for me as the actor, I felt that it was just, she was so upset, so distraught, that it was kind of like hanging on to him like a life raft, but kind of half knowing. And when she says to him, you just sold me up shit creek. So she knew that he was partly responsible. Little does she know what's about to come, which none of us know.
No one knows.
No spoilers here. It's really intriguing. It was an amazing episode to film. It was really great.
And just, I think the bewilderment in that line that she delivers, where she goes, you forgot to check your voicemail.
Yeah, it's like, what?
It's like the most simplest thing.
So incredulous, so ridiculous, a stupid thing. Yeah, exactly. No, Can't believe it.
It was, like I said, really commend you for your performance in that. It had us all feeling all the feels, and we were all screaming at the TV for Lizzie, and we hate to say we told you so, Liz, but we are, and now we have to tune in next week to find out.
That's right, you do tune in. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? What else can we unpack, guys, that you want to know about from this episode? I guess there's the whole entire fact now that Liz is possibly facing maximum 15 years for perjury, and the fact that Sonia might find out who witness X is, and that she has to go back into the jail, and we don't know what Juice is going to do with the information that Juice knows.
No.
So lots of cliffhangers there.
Yeah.
We've also got the revelation with Frankie this episode where she finally realises that the freak isn't behind her murder sentence and that she realises that actually the information's on the outside and it's not on the inside, which is huge. More and leaving us all like, well, if it isn't the freak, then
who is it? Da-da.
Who is it?
Who is it?
And then we have this amazing little scene, which I really love, where Kaz has sort of lost control of the drug trade and she had to make a deal and she's realising that she made the wrong deal. And it's all kind of left us all going, and I'd love to get your feedback on this, is how does a top dog reign if you take away violence as a punishment? So what has she got up on?
What
all
is the
of the
deterrent?
What is you know what I mean? Like, these women are kind of, and like a lot of them, you know, like especially with Tina Mercado, when she's like, "What are you going to do?"
Who cares? Like,
what are you? What are you going to do? And I'm not sure that it's going to be long lived, because I sort of feel that there's that whole sense of like it can only go for so long. Without that.
Well, again, no spoilers, but you just have to keep tuning in, because Kaz's journey gets really interesting. There's some great stuff, and Tammy is phenomenal, really phenomenal. And it's definitely that stuff, the internal wrestle of maintaining a non-violent stance in a completely violent environment that has a history of payback and quite primal, quite primitive, like almost like the Old Testament, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And that's really how the prison has been run. And, you know, going back to B, when she first came in, that whole thing was a foreign concept to her. And yet you saw that corrupting power of violence or evil, and how, you know, a kind of, how do you say it, a person who's not corrupted by that becomes that way. And Kaz, you're right, Kaz has a particular stance, but does it work long term?
We're going to have to see. But you know what was kind
of... It's an interesting question, though.
It was nice to see her, though, in her scenes with Booms, in getting creative. So she was almost like, okay, I've got to try and stop this. I'm going to use Booms as my muscle, but how do I use muscle without violence? And it gave Booms something to do. It was actually kind of great to see Booms back in that, you know, where there was always that power play like that with the muscle being for B and for Frankie previously. It was kind of nice to see Booms get into that. And
relish,
as always, Katrina gives an amazing portrayal, and we can always have a giggle with what Booms does. The whole sorry, not sorry, was it sort of funny, and her whole entire invisibleness to the freak.
Yes, I love that, going like this.
It's those light moments that we need so much to cut through all these other
darkness.
things. So that was another whole entire thing. And then we've just got, and I think we have to chat about it, is these scenes with Frankie and Bridget. And Frankie, it's breaking everyone's hearts. And Frankie's continuing to be the old Frankie, shutting herself down and pushing her away, as what Frankie does. And then you've got these amazing scenes by Bridget, which is Libby, in great. Just her. I'm not gonna leave you. Everyone else leaves you when this happens, but I'm going to.
You know what? It's interesting with their relationship, because it struck me watching the app how, in some respects, it's like a parent and child in a weird way. I know that sounds odd, because clearly they're not. They're grown women and they're lovers and they've lived together and have a relationship. But that Bridget, the role there of the parent sort of saying, I won't abandon you. I'm here no matter what. I know you're having a shit time. And dare I say it, I have a teenage daughter. And at times, with two daughters, but one of them's 16. And there are times where the behaviour is really kind of unacceptable, which you could say is true for Frankie. Like, she does betray Bridget's trust a couple of times, and yet, you know, Bridget's very clear about saying, I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is so like a parent and child.
And
do you know what I mean?
I 100% agree, and it's because Frankie's never had that.
No, that's right.
And so
that's
it's like
the exact thing she hasn't had. So it feels really weird.
No matter how many times you push me away, no matter how horrible, because Frankie's gone back to her cold, volatile, aggressive shutdown that we all know her from, not from recently, but earlier.
It's beautifully written.
It really is. And then we have that
acted beautifully.
It is. And then we have that scene where, you know, I've tried to word it, whether it's frustration, hopelessness, love, or whether it's all of the above, when we see Frankie physically and emotionally push Bridget away.
Yeah.
And it's to me that last line, which is what we're talking about, where Bridget basically says to her, if you've tried to push me away, you've failed, but if you try to hurt me, you've succeeded.
Yes, that's right.
And it's such a, it's like no matter how far Frankie goes, it doesn't matter. Bridget's
still going to be there.
Going to be there, which is giving everyone hope that Frigid, there might not be the end of Frigid, and there's still lots of stuff there. But it's been some really amazing scenes to witness, and I think that Libby and Nicole have really portrayed that well. And then off that too, we had that really little tiny moment with Vera and Bridget immediately after that scene.
Oh, yes.
And we start to see this humility side of Vera where...
She wants her to stay. It's like you're a great employee and we don't want to lose you. I'll back you. Yeah, that was great.
And I thought it was nice to see Vera for a moment stripped of the process and the professional ethics and the rights and wrongs, and just go, you know what, there's some leeway here because it's not as black and white.
We can't lose you. You're really valuable.
I thought that was it.
No, it was a really rich, dense episode.
It really was.
Really
so many things to talk about. We could talk all night about that.
Complex.
But we are going to talk about you now. We're going to move on and we're going to talk about you. Because I love talking about you.
Oh, that's very nice.
Even though we've chatted.
We could chat on all night, truly.
For the last hour.
Yep.
So excitingly, this is Logie's week. This is always an exciting week. This time last year you took home that beautiful shiny trophy, which was exciting.
So heavy too. It's bizarrely heavy, that thing. Yeah,
is it?
It's really, yeah, I don't know what it's made
You can't put it in your purse.
It must be silver plated or something. It's
like solid.
A doorstop, Yes.
Well, we saw you take it home last year, which was exciting, and then we've got 2 noms for the show as well as Dan and Nick noms as well. So we're really hoping that we take them home. But I think the fun thing is to see you all together on the red carpet and to have all the cast together, which I know fans love and adore.
And we love it too.
And it's just a great night out.
It's a great night.
It is a great night out, and
fun.
getting all dressed up and ready to hit the town.
I'm not a big fan of getting all dressed up, Kel, I have to say. I do struggle with it, but it is fun.
You could set a trend. You could do jeans and Crocs.
Do you know what? That is not a joke, because I remember Nicole De Silva had a fabulous idea. It might have been for the first series or maybe series 2. The concept of us all going either in just black suits or like teal suits, but really fantastically designed, and each of us having something that suited our physiques. And I still think that's a great idea, like a wall of however many, and Robbie and Bernard as well in their version of that.
That'd be
this
cool.
Wall of people just going down the red carpet. I mean, wouldn't that look unreal?
That would look really good.
I think we might do it.
You need to.
I don't know when.
Well, now you've put it out there.
I know, I have. I think it's too late. Everyone's getting their frocks organised.
Next season.
Too late.
Next season, we're all over it.
We're
all over it.
Yeah, next season.
So we'll see you there too. We're going to do some cool interviews and chat to everyone and yourself and everyone.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, let's talk about this, because we talk about this all the time, is the success of the show and the amazing fandom that you have, and you.
It's because of you guys.
Yeah, and you really have a great relationship with your fans and with the fans of the show.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of the time I always come to me with this question is just about, did you ever expect it to be this big?
No, never. We didn't. I don't think we had any concept. I don't even think in series 1 we really knew what it was, if that makes sense. I mean, we did, but no idea. No idea it would be this big. Yeah,
it's just massive.
They keep on loving us. So we keep on doing it because you love us so much.
And how do you juggle, like you've got 2 girls and a family life, and obviously you're here in Sydney, and we film in Melbourne. Yeah. Can you share with the fans just your insight around how you juggle with filming? And
well, let me tell you, there have been some dark moments where I have struggled with the guilt of being away from them, and it's not always easy. My husband is extraordinary, not just because he's a bloke and can do a lot of great stuff, but because he's an exceptional human being and has patience like I've never seen in anyone. And he's a great dad and they adore him. And so they're in the best care, really, when I'm not there. And look, I have my moments where I think, well, if this was in the reverse and it was the father or the male, or it doesn't even matter in same-sex relationships, when somebody goes, there's always that that sort of the other person is left holding the fort. And so it's tough and it's hard, but you have to work around it. You know, you're a working mum too. You get the help you can when you need it. You get home as much as you can. You talk. You ring them, you contact your Skype. You do all that, and you have your moments where you melt down and go,
Yeah,
this
you
is
always have
ridiculous,
your
too
mother's guilt,
hard.
you know.
Totally.
You can't ever shake
You
that
guys
off.
have probably experienced it. Tell us, have you? Yes, because it's, as women, I think it's really tough. We're always really torn with how much do I break away in order to have an autonomous life and career, and how much do I need to be sort of back here with the little chickens holding my nest.
And
So
what's the balance?
there
Is there a balance?
I don't think there is a
isn't?
balance, and I think it's trial and error.
Yeah.
And it's day by day. Stay
Agreed.
happy, stay positive, and when you really antsy about it, let it out, and then walk away from it and start again.
But
There you go.
it's amazing
Start
to hear, and I
afresh.
think that people would be very interested in it because it is a hard juggling act, and
Really
and it's not
hard.
just in your circumstance and in your industry. It's for women across the board.
Totally, in every job,
being able to
every
have
job. People away from their kids, and it's tough. Yeah, really tough. So when you're with them, you just have to be really with them.
Yeah,
which is,
make the most of it.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? Quality versus quantity.
Yes, that's right.
Try and
darling.
say. That's what guilty mothers like me
That's
say.
what we say. That's the guilty
to
mother
make us
mantra.
feel good about ourselves.
Quality versus quantity, ladies. It's not the time you spend; it's how you spend it.
And so, sorry, I've just gone off on a tangent.
That's all right.
Also, too, we always want to talk about the profound impact that the show has on issues much like that, but also equality and anxiety and depression and substance abuse and transgender issues. And Liz has a lot to play with that because Liz is a mother first, but she's also battled with substance abuse with alcohol and how that's then catapulted her life into a certain direction. And it's something that I guess the great thing about this series is that they really show it and they're raw with it and they expose it, but in a really relatable way. Yeah. And so I talked to a lot of the cast, and I know we've talked about you before about how any fans have come out to you and talked to you about how the portrayal of Liz has affected them or how it's helped them. Yeah. Are you able to share any of those?
Look, just generally, I can't really remember any sort of specifics, but I think, as you say, the themes really resonate with people, and they are dealt with in such kind of a truthful, we hope anyway, like really truthful performances. So I imagine for the viewers, they don't feel there's any barrier there. So perhaps when they see you or respond to you on Facebook or whatever, you do sometimes get some really intimate stories about how people have had their own struggles and how watching the women on the show, how they may approach the issue that they've faced, and that's given them ideas for their own situation. And that you know what I think the single thing is, that they feel really pleased that there is a place that their life has been shown, that situations in their life has been exposed or talked about. Because I imagine for some people there's such shame around issues of addiction and abuse and whatever else.
Got such a stigma as well.
Totally stigmatised. So to see things that deal with it in such a detailed way, like, so the show doesn't just skim the surface. You get these very three-dimensional women who are really complex, intelligent,
flawed.
Deeply flawed. And so the writers do this amazing job of excavating, and it's like an archaeological dig. Nothing's surface based. So it's probably quite therapeutic. It certainly is for us as actors. You use your own emotional baggage to enlighten the character, and so we do it as well as the viewers who may have gone through similar things. So I think they see a positivity in bringing light to things, which is really great.
And that's the thing too, is that a lot of these characters, or nearly all of them, are so adored and admired and relatable, but they're fundamentally flawed. And that just goes to show that
it's the human condition.
It doesn't just because you're flawed doesn't make you a bad person or unrelatable or
and as far as drama goes, I actually think it kind of gives you really interesting characters. Yeah. Because mistakes, flaws, crazy things that happen are what that's at the centre of conflict. And at the centre of good drama is really great conflict. So they kind of come hand in hand, I think.
Yeah. And that's why we have so many great storylines.
So many straight.
All right, I'm going to stop being so serious.
Yes, and I'll fan myself
And
just
fan
into
yourself.
I might even give myself a spray.
Just give yourself a little
It's a
spray.
menopausal pause, all right? Do you want one?
Yeah.
Come on. Can you have?
It
I
smells
can't
really
do it
good.
to you
You can't
guys
do it.
because it'll
Flog the
stuff up
screen.
Just fog the screen. You'll all be blurry.
We're still talking
That's
about you
nice.
though. We're still talking about Celia.
Oh.
We were talking about this earlier, and you don't have to confess that this is the one that you said, but we want to
something
know
wrong.
what TV series you're binging at the moment on Foxtel.
Am I allowed to say? I'm in love with the Sydney Housewives. My daughters and I are just loving it. And what were you going to say? What do I love about it?
Yeah.
Were you? My husband cannot bear the fact that the three of us are glued to the show, right? So he's got this thing and he goes, oh my God. He does this big drama. He comes down the stairs and he verbally goes, oh God, as though he's seen something deeply offensive. Oh, I can't believe 3 intelligent young women are watching this. And we go, oh, shut up, leave us alone. It's only on for another 10 minutes. What do I love about it? I think particularly with the Sydney women, it's incredibly real. And I know it's kind of not. I know there's probably quite a deft producer's hand guiding things hither and hither. But I think it's just it's kind of the nature of eavesdropping. I've tried to figure out what it is that's so compelling. And I think it's that you're a fly on the wall, that you're actually there in the room with these women. And clearly we don't know any of them and we're not there. And it's gossip. I mean, it's kind of gossip and bitchiness and I don't...
And fighting.
And look, and to be honest, this is me trying to put a therapeutic spin on it, but at times there are some really great learning edges and teaching points for my daughters. Like, wow, that person's gone too far. That was a low blow. That's not acceptable. So in a weird way, you can turn it into a teaching. You're laughing at me now because you're thinking this is a crock of
because
beer.
you know what, I had to have Sock sit across from me in the interrogation room and explain.
Did he say he loved it too?
He said that his guilty pleasure at the moment is
Everyone's
Housewives
guilty.
of Sydney.
I know.
And I had to watch him squirm in his seat, and now I feel
Was
like...
he giving similar answers to me? Was he really?
I think you just need to go, it's my guilty pleasure, and I watch it.
Do you know what it is too, though? We are actors, and actors are like succubus for anything that is behavioural. So we love watching people, and we love watching them in their natural environment and seeing what they do, and we copy it or we file it away or we use that behaviour somewhere down the line. Do you know what I mean?
It's like research.
Totally is. It totally is. Whereas with fiction, you get absolutely absorbed in the narrative, but you're very aware that it's not real.
So will we possibly see Liz go out for some sort of high lunch in
She's
Manly?
going to be the Real Housewives of South Sydney.
With a Louis Vuitton handbag and
A teal Louis Vuitton.
teal Louis Vuitton.
She won't be able to leave
Love
the
it.
teal.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a paddle. You can fan yourself with it.
Oh, yeah, that is effective. You're right. She was doing this before. That's quite good. I feel
Here
very
you go.
good now.
We're going to
Thanks.
play Innocent or Guilty.
Yes.
So I don't know if you've watched and seen Nick and
I
Socks
have
play.
lovely knickers. I saw her do hers.
Cool. Well, we're going to play this. I'm going to shoot some questions at you. You have to say if you're innocent or guilty.
Oh, Lord.
You can elaborate on your answer.
And I can't lie.
No, you can't lie. You're under oath. You're in interrogation room.
Oh, my gosh.
I
am.
You're in the interrogation room 4, and what time is it exactly? Tom's recording. Everything's been detailed. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Do you mean physical fight or verbal fight?
Physical fight.
I think, but probably, can I
Beefed
clarify?
up. Yeah.
I think with my older sister Helen.
Oh.
When I was young, we used to fight over bras and socks and underpants. I'm one of 7, and so a nice pair of socks was like a Louis Vuitton handbag for us at high school
Free
years.
for all.
Yeah, so we would fight. Bit of scratching. Mum would come and go, what are you doing? She'd try and break it up. Yep.
Yeah, biting.
Bit nasty. Got a bit nasty, darling.
All right. Never
So
get
good
in Seal's way
between
for her
that's
socks
it,
or undies.
Or a tattered bra. Luckily, her bust was a bit bigger than mine, so she didn't go for my bras too much, but definitely my undies.
Oh,
Terrible.
ugh. Have you ever called into work sick because you're hungover? You don't want to elaborate on that one?
No, not really. In my younger days.
Do you have any tattoos? Oh,
I sort of wish I did.
You know what? Nick is too.
Hey?
Nicole doesn't have any tattoos.
No,
either.
well, Socks does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's covered in them.
Covered.
Covered,
I
absolutely
was surprised that Nicole didn't have any.
Yes.
Have you ever been arrested?
How
Innocent.
boring's that?
Have you ever been drunk on the job? Innocent.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. I have to tell you a thing, though. Once I took over-the-counter painkillers when I was on All Saints many years ago, and it sent me off. So I was like I was off my face on 2 over-the-counter painkillers. I could not get my lines out. So can you imagine if I... No. I'm a lightweight.
Did that episode go to air? Did they just
Yeah. And I just kept stuffing up. It was so embarrassing. Because I'm quite good with knowing the lines and hitting the marks, I'll have you know, Kel. But on that particular occasion,
That day?
it's dreadful.
Not so good.
Not
Have
so
you
good.
ever sent a text to the wrong person?
I think so.
Innocent. Have you ever injured yourself trying to impress somebody?
Oh, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. From memory. Yeah.
Have you ever been totally freaked out by a fan?
No.
No?
You
Love
are
them all?
gorgeous. Yeah, no, you're very, very respectful and cool. Yeah.
Have you ever re-gifted a gift?
Oh, my God. That's all I ever do. So if you ever get anything from me, you can guarantee someone else has had it sitting in their drawer for
You
quite some
and
time.
Nicole are both re-gifters.
Yeah.
Socks was horrified. He doesn't re-gift. You are both guilty
everyone.
re-gifters.
I bet he does. Everyone
I'll be checking every gift you give me from now on.
Yes.
Although I'll probably still like it. I'll be like, this is amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Have you ever considered being on a reality TV series?
Yes. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. My daughters want me to go on it. So if anybody wants me, the only thing is I'm quite allergic to a lot of stuff and I do have high blood pressure. So I don't think I'd be able to do half the things. Those guys do bungee jumping.
Yeah, but they've had some...
Have you ever bungee
Yeah,
jumped?
but they've had some, like, pretty diverse characters on there.
Yeah, but most of them can do a bit of a cross-section of the challenges. I don't think I could do half of them.
None of them have been, like,
What
match
about the
fit.
food challenges where you've got to eat sort of
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that.
animal testicles?
Yeah, but I'm not saying
and-
not everyone's been, like, a health freak on there.
Oh, no, not suggesting that, but just that you have to be reasonably fit, I would think, for them to take you on there.
I don't reckon Casey Donovan was that fit.
Oh, maybe not.
Or what's the other one's name?
But what
That
about
used to be
bungee
Kate,
jumping?
That used to be Kate Fisher that's not Kate Fisher.
Yeah. I can't remember
Like,
her name.
with
yeah.
her new name.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't
I
it?
think vote one.
But I think my daughters were like,
Celia.
Mum, could you ever go on that? And I thought, I don't know if they'd want me. I don't think I'm
Yeah,
famous
I
enough.
think that we should
Push
start
for
it. We should
I'm a
start a
celebrity.
campaign.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And you have to wear teal in there.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be funny instead of the khaki, khaki?
I digress.
Yes, that's right.
Have you ever given your kids bad advice?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, my teenager says, "Don't give me advice." She said, "You're turning into a therapist. Stop being a therapist. Are you watching, Maeve? You might be watching, you little monkey."
Stop being a therapist, Mum.
That's right. Go to bed.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
Oh yes, once or twice.
Was it exciting?
No,
Oh.
No.
Have you ever lied about your age?
no.
Oh.
Out and
that's
proud.
nice.
I'm nearly 51.
Go
Who cares?
And this is the last one.
Yep.
Have you ever, and it's not just in Wentworth,
Okay.
have you ever dated a castmate?
No.
Oh.
It's a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm
I wanted to hear
boring. I
some
feel
little
really
affair that you
embarrassed.
might have had or some sneaky patch.
Oh,
behind.
no. Well, no.
Wow.
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll move right along from
Wow.
there. We'll move on
It's
and
a
we'll
bit
throw to the
boring.
fans then. Hopefully
Sorry,
they
fans. Come on,
hopefully,
bring me some interesting questions.
hopefully they have better questions than I have because I'm obviously failing at this interrogation
No,
today.
you've got good questions. I think I'm just a bit boring.
All right. Look at this.
Yes. Do
This
you want
is
me to listen
massive.
back dance or can I hang on?
No,
to
you
it?
can fan yourself with it. You can
Knock
continue
myself
to.
out. I used to be really good at table tennis. I loved it.
Really?
That's what they are, little table tennis things.
I was calling them ping pongs. Table tennis and ping pong the same thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Same. All right, we're heading to the peeps now.
Yay, hi peeps.
And
bring
peeps
it on.
are going to start asking you some questions. Bear with me, everybody, because it's going to come in pretty
Kel's
fast.
got to do some culling and check in with your questions. Okay? So hang in there. Hope you like the episode, by the way.
So this is, what is that, this name? This is from Destiny Dino.
Wow, hi.
Or
Great
Dino?
name.
D-I-N-O. Do you ever want to not do some scenes that you're made to do? Or can you talk the producers out of doing some scenes?
That's a very interesting question. No, I've never had a scene I didn't want to do. I've probably had dialogue I didn't agree with, or part of a scene that I thought could have been better or more authentic. So, but no, not an actual scene. There's been ones that I'm a bit nervous about doing. There's one coming up toward the end of the series where, it was pretty intense. So I kind of had to get myself mentally prepared to do that scene. But no, I've never... Oh, mind you, no one's ever asked me to do nude scenes, but I'd probably say no. I'd say, really? You want to see my body? I think you might want to change your mind.
We do.
No nudity for Liz, please.
I don't know who said this one because it just came really quick, but we've done this before and I like it, so that's why I'm asking. Can you please put on that accent that you used to do with Danielle?
Oh, God, what are you talking about? That one? What the hell do you want to hear that for? Why? People love that fucking accent. I don't know why. In fact, Danielle is so goddamn good at it. And you know what? She never even watched the goddamn show. I was the one that watched it. But she could do the voice. I think it was something like that.
You did? Yeah. I think it went down like that.
That's it, yeah.
I've seen you both do it together.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
She's a funny girl. She makes me laugh. We used to do this thing on set, right? Her and I actually did a lot of naughty things on set. And one of the things was we'd create these little strange characters, and there were these two old guys. It sounds funny, but it's probably not. But we do this thing where we go, excuse me, I've been sitting out there all day, my teeth are coming out, my hair's gone grey. And then she'd say, oh, excuse me, my ass just fell out of my pants. And then we'd sort of try and top each other with these bizarre, and this is in between takes, just to give you an idea.
So
of
one minute you're doing that, next minute you're having a serious scene.
Next minute you're taking B down in series 2 after she knows Debbie's died and she tries to hang herself. And you know, so that, but you have to. You've got to keep the laughs coming because the content can be so bleak. But anyway, that's one of the
cool.
characters.
People love to hear that sort of behind the scenes stuff.
We had a lot of fun.
Angelique Summers.
Yes.
Celia, I loved you as Reg in All Saints too.
Thank you, darling.
Is it great to work with all your ex All Saint cast members?
Oh my God, what a thing! Tammy Mack, Libby Tanner, Joe Porter, who is a producer on All Saints, is our producer. So yeah, beautiful to work with those women again, and they're so good. And God, we've been around a long time, so yeah, it's lovely.
It's nice.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Charlotte.
Good question.
Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
Who is the funniest cast member to go on a night out with?
Oh, look, I reckon. Geez, they're all really funny, all really good senses of humour. I'd probably say Dan. I think for me, Katrina's funny. She cracks me up. We have a good old laugh, but probably Dan, I think, just because we do these kind of characters and riff a bit with each other. Yeah.
Melissa Fennell.
Hi, Melissa.
If given the opportunity to choose any other character, would you change from Lizzie or not?
No. Good question, and no, I wouldn't, because I've really enjoyed her journeys. I've really enjoyed, playing her. Yeah.
Yeah. Karen Hunt.
Hi, Karen.
What is the hardest role you've had to play to date?
Hardest role? That's an interesting one because I'd probably say challenging. Well, Lizzie, I suppose. Not so much hard, but challenging in a good way, like pushing you to do stuff that you haven't done before. So, yeah, Lizzie Birdsworth, I'd say.
This is from Lee Winter.
Hi, Lee.
Does Liz have the ability to cope on the outside?
Good question, my darling. Look, the statistics are against her because apparently... and I'm not sure if the stats are the same for men or male inmates, but apparently for female inmates, if they've been in for longer than 5 years, the rate of recidivism or reoffending is really, really high. So, no, I would have to say no. I actually think she's probably quite institutionalised now, sadly. Yeah. She'd like to think she's not, but she probably is. Yeah, I don't know that she'd cope that well.
I don't know, yeah.
I don't know. No, she didn't make a great fist of it the first time. But then B did kind of get her embroiled in her issues, so...
This one's from Paula Kerr.
Hi, Paula.
How did you get into acting?
Oh, my gosh. Persistence, darling. Persistence was the key. I started as a young person. I was always a bit of a cheeky kid in class, always did the drama stuff at school. As a young girl, a teacher said to me, why don't you go to I grew up in Newcastle, about 2 hours north of Sydney, and she said there's a great youth theatre that you should join, and I did, and did plays through that, and then did some professional productions with a company that was up there, and one of those productions ended up being transferred to a theatre in Sydney, the Belvoir Street Theatre, which is quite well known. And I did a gig there, and from that I got an agent, and it went from there. So that's how I got into acting. But I never studied it. Not until I was about 30, and I went to America and did a fabulous course at the Atlantic Theatre Company in New York.
Ooh.
Which was great. Which was
very la-di-da.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, so kind of just... And I trained as a primary school teacher originally. So I always thought acting would be a hobby. That's what my parents would say. It's a hobby, darling. Make sure you get a qualification. It's a hobby.
Next question from our great friend Leah from Wentworth Memes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we love Wentworth
Memes. We love them.
If you could pick any other Aussie actor or actress to join the cast, who would you pick?
Wow. There's so many to choose from. I don't think I can answer that. I don't think I can answer. He couldn't? No.
There's too many.
Yeah, too many. And also because the writers create such fabulous characters, they could go anywhere. So anyone, really.
There's lots. You know, there's been so many rumours that there's a Hemsworth coming to Wentworth. Have you seen them everywhere?
No. No, wow.
I was hoping that was true.
And maybe that's a storyline for Les.
Yeah.
Like, keep it comes to lover. Don't laugh, okay?
No, he comes in after.
He comes in and he's a cleaner in the thing, and Liz and he develop a passionate love relationship, and she has a baby.
Yeah.
A menopausal baby. That can happen, actually. I'm going insane. You can tell there's not much oxygen in this room.
Okay, so guys, there's so many questions coming in. Thank you. They're all so great. This is one from Charlotte. If you could be on any other show in the entire world, what would it be?
Oh, I tell you what. I wouldn't mind being on Happy Valley with Sarah Lancashire, which is one of my favourite shows, which is a BBC drama. I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's a few really, but yeah, some of those great British dramas. Yeah, I'd love that. If anybody's watching and you need someone, give me a call.
Listen to the accent.
That's right. I'm going to do
really
lots
good.
of accents. Yes.
Really good. Cheryl would like to know, have any of the scenes that you filmed, have you actually started crying and it's been hard to carry on?
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, and the one in the Ep tonight, where Liz has been in court, and then the scene afterwards. You get good at bringing the emotion up and out, and then you let it kind of settle again. You learn how to do that. That's kind of over time, I think. But yeah, you do get upset, genuinely upset, I think. Yeah, it's kind of therapeutic in an odd way. And I was chatted to Tammy about this and other cast members that there's a sort of sense of you feel quite renewed, oddly enough, like you've unloaded a lot. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
This is from Raina White.
Hi, Raina.
What is your favourite line you've ever said on the show?
Oh, good question. I think it might be the steak line about the steak knife, where the cop comes in series 3. And Liz is out in that horrible, horrible halfway house.
Yeah, the hostility.
And the cop goes, "What's this? A steak knife? What's it here for? What's waiting for a steak?" Pretty funny.
I did like that.
That was clever.
That.
It was a clever line. Probably that one. Yeah.
This one's from Matthew Jones. I know the answer to this, but I'll let you say it.
You know the answer.
Yeah, because I've asked you this before. Does drunk Lizzie ever come across drunk Celia?
No, because I don't even really drink. I'm so boring. I used to drink when I was younger. I'm so allergic to everything. Yeah, I just don't drink. But, do you know, I'm so sort of... I don't know. I'm just
You're
a bit of a bubbly.
You are a bubbly person.
Yeah.
You,
so
all you need is tea.
Exactly, a little bit of caffeine, darling, and I'm gone.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm a cheap drunk, put it that way.
Let's not give you...
But I do enjoy being drunk, Lizzie. I think it's actually really liberating. Being drunk as a character is really liberating because you tap into everything that's just loose, you know? Loose. It's fun.
I'm going to ask one more question, guys, before we move into the final 15 because we're running out of time. This one is from Christina.
Hi, Christina.
How long does it take to film an episode?
Good question. And to be really frank, we filmed 2 episodes over 13 days, 13 shoot days. So I can't actually specify one ep. So 2 between 13 days, maybe to be about 6.5 days each. Yeah, it's long.
And I will ask one more because quite a few people have asked the same question.
Yeah,
so
okay.
People want to know what you do in your time off or after a day.
Well, really?
Yep.
I'm a meditator, so I quite enjoy doing that. I like to be fit, so I do a bit of fitness stuff. I don't really read. I watch a lot of reality TV, which is really embarrassing. Skype my kids, hang out with the other cast members. Tammy and I have got a bit of a thing going because she always lives near me, and she's a mum as well, so we debrief about being, away from our kidlies. Lots of things, but you really do have to wash the day off, particularly if you've had a full-on day. So, there are a couple of things I do.
Well, good work, guys. You really put Celia to the test.
Thank you. I feel rather exhausted.
That was, you're getting
great
a bit
questions.
They were good
Am
questions.
I? That's the menopause style. The rosy, the redness.
Okay, this is our final 15 where we
that?
ask you 15 questions and you have to give the first answer that comes to your head.
Oh my God,
you
I
can
love
elaborate if you choose to, but it's like a boom, 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 boom. Okay, you ready?
I'm looking at you guys, right? This is for you.
Okay, you
Give
ready?
me some help here, guys. Yep.
Sydney or Melbourne?
Oh my God, I can't answer that. Both. How bad's that answer?
That wasn't
I like them both.
That wasn't a great
I'm
start.
starting to...
Not gonna lie.
One thing I love about you, Kel, you're so goddamn honest. True. I feel like an idiot.
It's all right. Let's move on to the next one.
I can't tell. They're both good for
we love them
different
both.
reasons. Yeah.
Okay, ready? We really want a concise answer on this one.
Guys,
Concise.
It's very embarrassing. Yeah.
Teal or orange?
Teal, of course.
Beer or wine? Or
Wine.
tea?
Oh, tea, if that's a choice, but probably wine.
Governor Ferguson or Governor Bennett?
Oh, I like Governor Bennett. To give her a go.
Love beer. I love old vinegar touches.
She's very good. She's beautiful.
Phone call or text message?
Both. I'm a bit of a phone call. Look at me. I love chatting. Yeah, I like talking. Talking.
Facey or Instagram?
Instagram.
Ooh.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Passenger or driver?
Driver. I hate being a passenger, especially when my husband's driving. I can't stand it. I'm really critical of him too. Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Uber or taxi?
I'm still taxi. My husband's trying to get me over to the Uber camp. It'll happen, I suppose.
One day.
Yeah.
TV or book?
TV.
Winter or summer?
I'd probably have to say summer.
Heels or sneakers?
Oh, sneakers. I hate heels. It's one of the things I don't like about the Logies is the footwear.
So I think you could bring Crocs to the Logies, I think. Or Nikes.
Yeah, might have to.
Yeah, I think you have
It's
to.
too painful. Your back gets sore. It's very bad for your
They
spine,
only,
ladies
if you
and
wear a
gents.
long dress, they won't see them anyway.
Yeah, totally. That's right.
Now the place, dine in or dine out?
I like dining out.
So do I.
I love having food cooked for me.
Me too.
I love eating, and I love it when someone else prepares it.
I love when anyone
I'm
prepares
a very
anything.
yeah, exactly.
I even prefer a cup of tea someone else makes.
Same, and I'm so grateful for it
Because I didn't make it. Doreen or Maxine?
Liz would say Doreen.
Besties.
Yeah, totes.
Fries or salad?
Salad, but I do like fries.
And loud or quiet?
Loud. Yeah, I think so.
But we like it loud.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, thanks so much, Celia.
Thanks,
You have been a
guys.
champion. for our
Thanks for
interrogation
watching.
room today.
Keep on watching.
We love this episode, and you should be super proud of it. It was a really amazing episode, and we are all excited to see what is next for Lizzie and what's the rest of this season. And everyone needs to tune in next Tuesday, 8:30 on Showcase.
Oh my gosh!
To find out what happens, also follow us over the weekend for all of our Logies coverage.
Logies, yes.
It's exciting times. Get behind.
It's so soon.
I know, right?
Bloody hell! It's
had Easter. Get behind Wentworth.
Yeah.
Make sure that you follow so you can find out everything that we're up to over the weekend.
And you guys are amazing. Like, I just want to say, shout out to you guys for hanging in there, watching it, supporting us. That's why we do what we do. So, big thanks to you guys.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thanks, Seals. We'll
My
see
pleasure.
you next time.
Bye, guys. Bye.